Any questions?
Yeah, obviously, happy for our players, for them to battle, and we knew coming in, the one thing we talked about is how we were going to have to compete for 40 minutes, and the start, obviously, we got off to helped, but knowing that they were going to make a rally and make some shots, I think we played into their hands a little bit in terms of not blocking out in transition, letting them get out in transition with our decisions on the offensive end, but to be able to to battle down the stretch and get some stops when we needed to. We weren't terrific defensively. We were good enough in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and then obviously hit some big shots. Happy for Vito Brown. It seemed like he couldn't buy a basket for a while, and then to be able to hit the three to give us some more separation. And the job we did on the defensive glass, too, the second half, I thought was big. We gave up 2 offensive rebounds, and that was something that they had hurt us with in the first half. So with that, if you have any questions.
Did you see that starting in that stretch where they took the 1-point lead on free throws, and then Nigel got the 3-point play? You guys went on that 10-2 run. Is that where you saw it starting, all the things you talked about?
Well, I think the times when we were able to make runs, we got really good looks, and we didn't settle at times for quick jump shots or intermediate shots off the dribble. We did a better job of making plays at the rim, and then our post presence was able to create some freedom on the perimeter, and obviously they play off one another. When we can make shots from 3, they extends the defense a little bit more. We're effective inside, so it goes hand in hand. But I thought during that stretch, obviously we were at the rim quite a bit, and that helped.
Greg, Wisconsin over the past years has been really good in close games. Why do you think that?
Well, I think we try to treat every possession the same, regardless if it's a first possession, or they told me before I came in here there were 60 possessions in this game. So we try to put a maximum value on every possession and not just turn it up in the last 4 or 5 minutes, knowing that we have to take care of the ball, knowing we've got to try to get good shots. And obviously we've had terrific players that have made plays through the years for us, and I think that's the main reason. But they understand the value of every possession, and they're used to playing in that situation where we expect them to do good things on every possession, not just the last 5 minutes. So it helps build good habits. And I think that's the one thing we're able to have players over the years that have really responded to that and play off of those habits that are game long, not just in the last 5 minutes.
Greg, during that run that Jeff asked about, show up there in a couple of big baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Is it becoming a little bit of a trend with him? Do you just see his?
Well, I think his offensive game has definitely grown, and that's something that obviously the intangible things he does for us, the blue collar, hard hat mentality that he plays. He's always on the floor. He's an extremely tough kid, but how he has grown his offensive game in the 5 years he's been in the program has been terrific. That's a credit to him of how hard he's worked, because he has put a lot of time into it to really make himself. He's gone from walk-on to a 2-year starter on a Big Ten team. So that's a pretty significant accomplishment for him of what he's done over his career, and not only just become a starter, but become a guy that goes 5 for 8 again, 14 points. I mean, he's contributed in so many other ways over the years, but now as a senior, I think his confidence level offensively has grown.
Greg, you made the decision when both Ethan and Bronson picked up their 3rd fouls to, do I pull them or play them? What went into that decision, and how did they manage their foul trouble from that point?
Well, I think with Bronson's situation, I got such huge confidence in Trice that I knew, and it was also I think probably the decisions I saw Bronson make before that with a quicker jump shot. That all right, let's recollect our thoughts here. And Dimitri had played really well, I thought, in the first half. Just once he got a feel for the game and had done some good things. With Ethan, I wanted to get through that media timeout. I think the biggest decision was with 3 minutes to go, and he got his 4th. That was the biggest probably debate in my mind, whether to pull him or not. And I actually asked him in the timeout what he thought. He said, "I'll play and I'll be smart." So I said, "All right. I mean, you got to trust your players," and obviously I trust him, and he did a really good job down the stretch there.
Greg, I know the Big Ten just got started, but who do you see as your toughest competition heading into the rest of the race?
Purdue.
Why is that?
They're next. We take it one at a time. Prior until half hour ago, it was Indiana. I mean, we'll go one at a time. This league, as we've seen already, the parity in this league is tremendous. I think it's got terrific players, really good coaches, tough places to play. Top to bottom, I've seen improvement with teams, and I haven't seen everybody, We're just obviously just getting into this, but it's a battle. I mean, every night, that's what makes it. It's fun for the fans. It's a little stressful on the coaches, but it's fun for the fans. So it's one game at a time, because no matter where you go, who you play, when you play them, anything can happen. I think we've seen that already in a few of the games so far.
You really rode your bets in the second half. I think they scored 34 or 37 points. You've kind of been designing games like this with playing your bench a lot to ride your starters, the work that they did. I know you have a lot of confidence in them for them to produce the way that they did.
I don't intentionally ride them. It kind of goes on, is there foul trouble other places? Are they playing really well? Is it a matchup situation? Obviously, Nigel, I thought was key, because he was multidimensional, specifically defensively, that I could use him on. He got 3s, 4s, and 5s tonight. So a lot of it's also, okay, how well is someone playing, and are they in a rhythm? Do they feel comfortable? Is there foul trouble I have to spell a little bit more? So I never go into a game saying, hey, he's got to play X number of minutes, or he can only play Y, this guy can only play 30 minutes. I can't go above 30. It's really game by game, situationally based. But I think what it's helped us with is that it's developed a confidence, obviously me with our guys on the bench, but also those guys with each other. So if we have a situation like Bronson, or we've had other guys in foul trouble through the year, that they're able to pick each other up, and they've been in that situation before.
Davis hurt you up, but you seem to change it or adjust late with multiple guys on him. That helped.
Yeah, I think we did a great job at times keeping the ball out of the post. At times we did, and then we didn't, and then we did, and then we didn't. And it was kind of, we couldn't get consistent. And they changed the angles they were trying to come in from too, and try to draw some of our help away, and change the angle of the post feed. So, in fact, when we needed to get some stops down the stretch and make it hard for them to catch it, I think the best thing we did second half defensively was rebound. From going from 13 second chance points in the first half to only 2 in the second half, I thought was big for us. Part of that was our ability to defend, get back, and get our defense set, which helped.
When you were playing a team that was hungry after losing 2 straight, 3 of 5, how happy were you with the start you guys got off to tonight?
Well, I never worry about what the other team is going through, or what I have enough for just our own team, and just worry about how we can play the game as well as possible. And we were able to make some shots early, but knowing the whole time it was extremely early. They're very explosive. There was going to be a run at some point. So we knew it was going to be, it wasn't a 5-minute game. We had 35 left after that good start, and they're too good a team not to make a run at you. You just have to be able to withstand it and execute every possession, not just a few at the beginning.
Can you place a value on some of your guys that have been through just about everything, and how that helps their teammates, and also they're not going to rattle down the stretch when it's a 1-point game or 3-point game?
Well, they have a lot of trust in each other. They've grown through a lot. We've been through a lot. We've not only this year, I think we've matured some, but also what they went through last year, specifically early, and then during the transition. And it was the nice thing about having this group is they've got each other's back. They don't care who gets the credit. They just want to do everything they can in their power to have Wisconsin be successful. And like I said, to see guys come off the bench and help and rally around each other for me, it's a fun group to coach. It's a very enjoyable group to be around.
Good.
Good.